morning. Good morning, guys. My name is Munawar Ahmed, and I'm basically from Bangalore. Okay. So today's topic, which I'm going to be discussing about ground handling. What is ground handling? Okay, ground handling is operation is very important point of view. So we should know what is ground handling. There are a lot of activities which takes place in the ground handling. Now, what is ground handling? We are talking about in an airport. Okay, so let's come to the next topic. The slide. What do you mean by ground handling? Ground handling. What do you think? Okay, significant of this topic. What are you going to study on this? Why do you think it's necessary to study this subject? What do you make think that this is necessary to study this subject? And then I mention the importance of ground handling in the airline operation. Okay, so we are going to study these three main topics for today, and so which, as you can make out in the coming next slide. So the third slide. Okay, this is ground handling. Ground handling is defines the servicing of an aircraft while the aircraft is on ground. Okay, if the aircraft is in ground, there are a lot of various services that takes place. Once the aircraft comes to the ground, let's take for example one flight departed from New York to Delhi. Okay, so NYC to Delhi. From the NYC departed, it came to Delhi International Airport, located in Delhi, New Delhi. So once the aircraft comes, there is a lot of ground activities which is taking place in an airport. Defines, okay, aircraft ground handling is defined as the servicing of an aircraft while the aircraft is in ground, parked at the terminal gate or in the or of an airport. So aircraft always once it comes and park, there are various activities which is being taken place in an airport. So a lot of things takes place. It's just not one. There are many activities takes place. So let me go through step by step. There are different activities which is being taken place. Okay. So in a slide wise. So the major categories of the ground handling services. There are various categories of the ground handling activity which takes place in an airport. Number one is the cabin service. What is cabin service? We'll study one by one. The number one is cabin service. The second one is the catering. Catering. The third one is the ramp service, and the fourth one is the passenger service. The fifth one is the field operation. Okay, so we're going to study step by step, mostly into the deep, for you to be able to understand everything about the ground handling of the airport. What happens once the ground aircraft comes to the ground? There are various activities takes place. So we'll be studying step by step cabin services, catering, ramp services, passenger services, field operations. So okay, now we have what is cabin service, guys. The primary aim of the cabin service is to ensure the passenger comfortableness. What do you mean by comfortableness? The passenger once they come to the come to the aircraft, once they try to board the aircraft from one place to another place, they need to ensure the cabin services is clean. It's not dirty. It's not messy. If somebody likes messy things, no, I'm not going to like a messy thing. I don't like messy things when I'm traveling. So as the passenger, because they're paying lots of money in dollars, in their own currency, in rupees, in dirhams, in reals, in yen, in various other currencies. Okay, while the cabin crew comprises the bulk of the effort, it includes tasks such as replenishing onboard consumables, soap, tissue paper, reading materials, okay, and washable items such as pillows and blankets. So they carry out a lot of replenishing. That means they are coming here to clean entire aircraft, the entire seats of the aircraft. They're going to remove the unused newspapers, used blankets, and they're going to remove all the unwanted particles from the unwanted particles from the aircraft, papers, spoons, unwanted papers, unnecessary documents, yeah, which is being left over by the passengers. It involves such as replenishing. They also replenish. Replenishing means removing of the stocking of the soaps, required soaps in the toilet, tissue papers, and the reading materials. Some of the largest sectors, especially the first class, we have lots of facilities called the newspapers, the magazines, latest magazines, the sports magazines, economic times, various different types of newspaper which is becoming. And washable items, they also remove, they take care of washable items, pillows and blankets which is being used by the passengers once they board it. Okay, so they need to ensure that everything is being removed, and their function also involves that they're keeping everything neat and clean, the cleaning of the cabin, cleaning of the seating, cleaning of the galley area, cleaning of the aisles. Aisles, what is aisles? Aisles is the passage between the two sittings of the aircraft. Okay, that is what we are talking about. Now comes the catering. What is catering? Catering is nothing but it's a kind of a food provision during the time of from the flight of the journey. While the passenger is required for the specific meal in an airport, they have a different sort of meal which need to be presented to the passenger while boarding. So catering includes unloading of unused food, drinks from the aircraft, and loading of the fresh food and drink of the passengers and crew. So they will ensure that they're giving fresh food to the passengers. They remove all the unused food which is coming from which will come from the passengers. So airline meals are typically delivered in airline service trolleys. Yes, it is being like a kind of trolley, empty trolleys, truss filled with toilets, trolley with previous flight and replaced. So whatever the food is being used, let's say the flight came from New York to Delhi. What there are about 300 passengers in Boeing 777-300 aircraft. So those passengers, whatever they came in, they used certain particles, certain food items. They could not be able to finish almost all the food. There are some leftover food. This catering vehicle, they need to ensure that they are remove all the leftover food by the passengers on board, and then replenish the stock with the good food. Once the flight is coming in, remove all the unused used food from the flight, and then also need to ensure that they're replaced with the fresh ones. Fresh ones, why? Because once the flight comes in, the flight is immediately ready for the next departure. Let's see, the New York to Delhi, Delhi to Dubai. So the flight is scheduled for Dubai. It departs from 10 o'clock. It arrived in 10 o'clock in Delhi, and is departing around 11:15 from Delhi to Dubai. Okay, so we'll study about time zones, about different chapter, different times. I'll give you more information on this. What I want you to do is the meals are prepared. Generally the catering meals are prepared in ground in order to minimize the preparation. So they don't want to use so much of time doing, because the flight, when the flight comes to the ground, it's halted for limited time. It has a very limited time of about 1 hour, maximum 1 hour 15 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes, because every aircraft is being cross utilized, it's been utilized more often, because to generate the revenue for the airline. So they are going to replenish the catering. What I'm talking about is the catering. Catering comes and they remove all the unwanted stuff and then replenish with the good food and this one. Okay. Then when it comes the what is RAM service? RAM service is a major topic, guys. It's a very important, significant topic in RAM airport operations, guiding the aircraft to the ground. Once the aircraft is coming to the flight from the departure, it comes to the ground, it's being halted and is being positioned under bay. Bay is a place where the aircraft is being parked. Okay, for information. Okay, guiding the aircraft in and out of the flight through marshalling. You require a marshaller to be able to guide the flight. Okay, and the second thing is that towing with pushback tractor. So what is tow off? Towing is a pushback tracker. It is required to be push back your tractor once the aircraft comes in. Air conditioning moment. Okay, luggage handling means a lot. I'm going to discuss more on about the air ramp services. Stay tuned. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Subscribe me if you want to know all about airport operations, about every topic of the airport operations. Please subscribe my channel. Click on the bell button. Select on the like button. And stay tuned to me to be able to know it. Okay, if you have any questions, any comments, any suggestions, please feel free to send me. I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm happy to listen to your suggestions. I'm always there at your service, guys. Thank you. Have a nice day.